6 sites, including Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital, Sisulu Square, Regina Mundi Catholic Church, Morris Isaacson High School, and Vilakazi Street, as well as the Hector Pieterson Memorial. Well, that's the Old Mutual Soweto Marathon, dubbed the People's Race, and promises to leave every participant with a desire to repeatedly return to the race. Now, already a title sponsor of the biggest inland ultramarathon, Wamdi Dam, Cape Town's iconic ultramarathon, the Two Oceans Marathon, and a major sponsor of the world's renowned Comrades Marathon, Old Mutual has added the Soweto Marathon to its portfolio. Now, to tell us more about this year's race, we're joined by Dilotsotlhe, who is Old Mutual's Chief Marketing Officer for Emerging Markets, as well as Khunou, who's the chairperson for the Soweto Marathon Trust. Gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live. Let's start with you, Mukaidi. I mean, speak to us about what the decision to be sponsor for the Soweto Marathon. What influenced that decision?
Two things. Firstly, it was the fact that, I mean, we were not very happy as a corporate in South Africa to see such a beautiful property with potential, such as the Soweto Marathon, effectively struggling to find a key major sponsor and having the risk of actually not being staged on a regular basis going forward. So we took upon it on ourselves to be part of it, and we see a lot of potential in that it touches so many of South Africans' lives, in particular the people of Soweto and the people of Gauteng. Secondly, it aligns beautifully with our strategy of sponsoring endurance events, specifically focusing on road running and marathon running. Yeah. So those are the two key reasons.
So let's bring into this conversation. Entries, I believe, closed on Monday. Yes. What can we look forward to this year, logistic-wise?
Well, entries have climbed up to 19,500. Oh, wow. But then the manual entries have not been tallied yet.
All right.
So I think we are going back to the magical number of 21,000 this year again.
What for you makes the Soweto Marathon such an iconic race, and that it has to happen every year? You spoke about how it was in danger of not happening. What makes it such a one of iconic races in South Africa?
So firstly, I mean, it's one of the few races that are marathon races that are run throughout the township. You've already mentioned the iconic sites that one goes through. I don't think you find a marathon in the world, actually, let alone South Africa, where you run through a street like Vilakazi Street, where two Nobel Prize winners once resided. I mean, and the spirit of the people of Soweto themselves is very special. I mean, I personally have run the marathon a couple of times. It is beautiful. People come out in their droves. They support you. They give you fruits. They cheer you up. And when you're not doing well, they actually also tell you that you're not doing well. So it's a beautiful marathon. It's a beautiful experience. In fact, for anybody who wants to experience Soweto, because there are many South Africans who have not been to Soweto, it's a festive way, it's a fun way, and a healthy way, because marathon running is, enhances health, to experience one of South Africa's townships.
So, look, any logistical issues that we should know about for this year heading into the 1st of November? What are the different logistics that have been put in place?
In fact, here, for starters, to mention the weather. We have made sure that we have enough hydration, and runners must rest assured that we definitely take care of that, and they also must ensure that they drink, with this weather. But we have been in constant contact with the weather department to give us their predictions for the 1st of November. And we think that we have stocked enough. Every 3 kilometers there will be water tables. You'd find Coke, Energade, and water. So I think it is in place.
Yeah. And then the different races, logistically, what people need to know. If you're running the 21, this is what happens. Obviously, if you're running the big one, the 42.2, take us through that.
Yeah, for starters, is that last year we had a lot of complaints on the 10 kilometer, which was running through the industrial area. So we heeded the call and complaints from athletes, and we would like to assure them that This year and this time around, it will be running through Soweto, Diepkloof, Orlando, and going back to Nasrec, that is the 10. The 21, it will be going Diepkloof, Orlando, Pimville, the infamous Killer Road, up to Orlando Stadium, at Orlando High, going back to Nasrec. And as for the 42, well, we know that is a tourist attraction, because now they will be passing, firstly, Chris Hani Baragwanath, going to Kliptown, Walter Sisulu Square of Dedication, going down to Rockville, whereby we find the Regina Mundi, the famous church where the struggle meetings were held. And it will go up to Jabulani Mall, turning right to Morris Isaacson, where the march of the class of 76, started. And incidentally, the route of Soweto Marathon follows that march route. So it is indeed a historic race.
Mukairi, how much say do you have in how the race is run? And by that I mean, logistically and the nitty-gritties as a sponsor.
So, I mean, we try to delineate responsibilities between a sponsor and a race organizer. But from a sponsor's perspective, we take an active interest. And we will challenge the race organizers on difficult issues, like when we have complaints from runners in the past, like water tables, the route, and so forth and so forth. So we take an active part. We participate in the regular project meetings that are taking place to voice our opinions and to make sure that overall the experience of the runners is better than it was before.
All right. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Good luck for the 1st of November. It's only, I think, about a week left. Mukairi Dilotsotlhe is Old Mutual's Chief Marketing Officer for Emerging Markets, and then Khunou is the Chairperson for the Soweto Marathon Trust, speaking to us about the 2015 edition of the Old Mutual Soweto Marathon taking place on the 1st of November. I know Tsietsi Monare has also registered, and we're also doing the 10 kilometers next weekend, so we'll see you then.